Alright, so I want to talk to you today about brakes. I just got back from SCCA Autocross, went and raced the Mustang today. The Miata's in the shop, and I'm kind of glad I haven't sold the Mustang yet. Everybody's still offering me $5,000, and nobody wants to come take a look at it, and nobody thinks it's worth more than $5,000. But I just went and raced against a bunch of other Mustangs. Four of them had snake badges on them, and this is not a Shelby. This is a 2006 4.63 valve. And I was beating them like a rented mule, except for a couple guys. There are a couple guys who know what they're doing. But I was at the start-finish line. I was waving the green flag for people, and there was a guy who pulled up the line. I said, "Hey, how you doing? Are you getting good times?" He says, "My brakes are spongy." Well, that is a concern. It is an issue, and it is going to affect his performance. But I told him, you just got to mash the brakes harder. And it got me to thinking about a misconception about brakes. If you look out there, there's all sorts of big brake kits for your car. I'm running the factory calipers here, the factory small calipers for a 2006 Mustang. Now, they only had one size, unless I guess the GT500 was an option. I don't know if they had bigger calipers or not. But there are a lot bigger brakes, like the 10 to 14 Mustang GT350 or something like that has a bigger brake kit that you can put on. You can buy the calipers and pads and bolt them on here and get bigger brakes. All the guys I was racing against had the big Brembo brakes on their cars, and I was out braking them. Oh my gosh, how you do that? You push down harder on the brake pedal. That's the misconception about the big brakes is, oh, it'll make your car stop better. No, it won't. All you need to do to get these to stop every bit as hard as those big brake kits is push down harder on the brake pedal. The big brake kit's advantage is if you're tracking your car. In an autocross, my best time today was I turned a 43.9. So 43.9 seconds on track. I'm not getting too much heat in these calipers. They have a chance to cool off, so I can stand on these brakes, and I do. I stand on these brakes and get them hot, 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 and then I've got time for them to cool down for the next run. If you're on track, racing at Road Atlanta or some place like that, you absolutely need the big brake kits because they have more mass to them. They have bigger pads that spread out the heat, and so you can get a braking force with less intense heat in your brakes. I'm building up a huge intensity of heat, but I've got time for them to cool down for the next run. I can stand on these brakes all day long at the autocross. In an endurance race at a track, I can't do that. So don't overestimate what you need. If you're going to be autocrossing, you don't have to buy that big brake kit. You can get by with this. And so I placed third out of 7 contenders today. Every other Mustang there was newer. Every Mustang had a 5.0. I've got the 4.6. Knowing what you have and using it properly, knowing how to drive is the big thing. You never want to be kind of on your brakes. You never want to lift and coast. You want to be on the throttle as much as you can and then be on the brakes at the last second, and you want to be braking as much as your brakes can brake every time. You should be right there at the threshold of your anti-lock brake locking up. And I do that all the time. And new guys who come out to autocross race with me, and they're like, oh, they get a ride along. They'll be racing and they're not competitive with me, and they ride with me and they're like, oh, I'm not braking hard enough. You're really hard on the brakes. Yes, I am. The brakes are meant to do that. Now, these brakes won't do it all day long on an endurance track. I'll get about a lap and then the brakes will heat up and my fluid will start boiling, whatever. But this is a street-driven car that I autocross. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching.